Evening guys, welcome back to the old YouTube. Right, in tonight's YouTube, you may have seen it a couple of weeks ago, about one and a half weeks ago on my Instagram. There we go, we're getting the words. And basically I went to Liverpool and I got a couple of bits for the flat, which I'm looking at now. I also, tell you what, this is coming in, this is a little bit of a, obviously as you can tell, a chatty YouTube. I went to this place called Stalybridge, which is just outside of Manchester, and it's like a bit of a charity shop thing going on, and it's like all the money obviously goes towards this like hospice charity thing. But we go in there, like, been in there twice now, and I've been looking for a sofa. The sofa we have in this side of the room is shit, basically, and I've always wanted a really cool, like, leather, really sweet Chesterfield red or green. Sort of was unsure in my mind which one to get, but I've always looked for them. They're like £400–500, some like £900. But this, since it was like a charity shop thing, and they have like furniture, and we went in randomly last weekend, lo and behold, there is the sexiest sort of like Chesterfield-esque high back chair in there, 3-seater chair, and I was like, oh my god, this is absolutely killer, and it was £125. Basically, had a little look around the town after. This was on my mind. I had photographs on my phone. I was like, this is really cool. It's a lot cheaper than I think what it should be. Long story short, I ended up buying it. So it's not with me yet, but hopefully in maybe next week or a couple of weeks' time. It's coming on a Wednesday, so I'm saying this is Sunday, Wednesday. Yeah, the next time you see me, the base could be changed. I could be sitting on my absolutely killer red Chesterfield couch. Hopefully it'll come. So basically it was 125, but it was £25 to get it delivered to central Manchester. So with a bit of bargaining, I obviously didn't do the bargaining because it's a charity shop, and I didn't think bargaining was like, you know, could take place in a charity shop, because at the end of the day, the less money you pay, obviously the less money you give to charity, which is bad. I don't mind doing it in like car boot sales and that, but I thought charity shop, it ain't time for bargaining. But the woman, she was like a really cool older woman. I was saying, oh, I love these Chesterfields, blah blah blah. She let me off, and she sort of charged me £100 for the sofa, and then 25 for postage and like packing and getting it here. So 125 all in. I think I have got the bargain of the century. So hopefully it'll be here next time you do that. That was a little bit of a, you know, a tangent, what we're actually supposed to be speaking to about today, but obviously that's what I'm saying, like vintage shop, charity shops. I've been on loads recently, and they've like thrown up some absolutely killer gems, killer buys, and I've got so much new stuff in the flat, so maybe I might show you in a couple of weeks, hopefully when my sofa does arrive. But it's only me who's in to get it up the stairs, and they said they wouldn't take it up any stairs, so I think it's going to be a bit of a nightmare by myself to get it in here, but I know once it is in here, it'll look bloody cool. Yeah, so I went to Liverpool as well, and this is where I picked up the jacket, which is behind me, so I may as well talk about this little guy. I'll give you a brief, obviously, description of how Liverpool was. It's really cool. I've only been, it's the second time I've ever been, and it was a little bit more sort of warmer. The last time I went, it was freezing cold, and it was still enjoyable, but it was like, it was cold, it was windy, it was horrible, it was wet, and I remember thinking, oh, if I come back in the summer or like a nicer day, it'll be so much cooler. Anyway, it was, and we had a nice little look around the town, and they've got like one road where it's like charity shops and a few cool vintage stores. I got this from one of those stores, Cow Vintage. So this is a red leather jacket. It's got these really cool sort of like cuts and marks in the material, different sort of paneling on the jacket. It is a girl's jacket, so, but this is it. I tried it, I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's cool. Noticed it was girls, and I was like, I'm still going to give it a go. It's not all bad. And it said it was like, what, size 42. Obviously size 42 is huge. I'm size 36, 38. So I thought this is going to be way too big, but obviously since it's a woman's jacket, it's actually really cool. So it's 100% leather. Said it's made in Colombia, as all best leather jackets are, but to be honest, this is a really cool killer piece. I absolutely love the colour. So it's like a maroon, it's very 70s, it's got that style, it's got that vibe. And I like this belt detail at the back. Obviously these are little fastenings here, not overly girly, but this is probably the most girliest part of the jacket. But again, the paneling is really nice, the stitching's really nice, and you can see how the leather jacket's being put together. It's got a super cool sort of rounded, not darted collar, but like just rounded, quite long, so it elongates like the collar line, which I absolutely love. and it's got little side pockets I've not really used yet, but hopefully I will shoot this week. So this is my day, I get to do my stuff. I've been editing a really cool video. I shot a video for Barber last week in Manchester, so that was pretty exciting. So I had 1 hour 19 of video footage to sort of like boil down to a cool minute, and it took me, to be honest, it took me bloody ages, but I did it this morning. It looks good, so I thought, right, split up the day rather than just editing video. I thought I'd do my YouTube as well, talk about this. But yeah, there's another little secret thing. Hopefully you'll be able to see or go across on their Instagram if they post it. Hopefully they will. I know it's made for like a different thing, but they might post it on Instagram, and I'll probably make some stories as well. But yeah, cool little video, but again, another massive tangent, why not even say. But yes, leather jacket, pockets, really cool paneling, nice gold, silverish tarnish, let's say tarnished zip, collar line, banger. I actually wore this when I shot Barber because I thought, oh, I've got a really cool outfit on. There was a couple of models there, blah blah blah. I was obviously behind the camera doing this video, but I still nevertheless want to look cool. And I even got a compliment from the main man Johnny himself going, I like your jacket. So I think I'm probably going to wear this the same way as I wore it back then, last week, and across on my blog post. So I wore it with like a bigger collar popped out over the top of this little 70's number collar, and I thought that looked really cool. Just plain white shirt, unbuttoned as I always do it, but again with the collar line popped out, that was the statement, that was the bit of a difference I sort of woven into the look. And I had a really cool Good Morning Keith. You know what, I want to go and get it. I should have it here because it goes really well with the colour palette and the outfit, so give me 2 seconds, I will go and get it because I've totally forgot. Here it is. So, as you can see, when I pick the jacket back up, this cool Good Morning Keith, bang bang bang, scarf, forgive me, I've never worn this scarf yet. I've had it for, what, probably about a month now, and it's sort of like not really gone with any of my outfits, so I've not really bothered to style it up and do an outfit. But I thought, since it's, again, it's like a flowery pattern I wouldn't normally wear, but since it's so 60s, 70s vibe, I thought with this leather, I thought it would be the ultimate pairing. So I didn't actually wear it around my neck, but I think I might do it in the blog, I'm not yet decided. But I just wore it on the side, so the belt loop of my jean. I had this little scarf, detail scarf, like sort of pouring down the side. It looked cool, and it obviously matched the outfit. The colours of the poppy and the red leather just went absolutely perfectly, and then the sort of yellowish, I don't know, mustard colour, give it that 70s vibe as well. So I really like that little detail, and it's a super cool one. Obviously I've shown you a lot of Good Morning Keith on here. It's got a nice little name tag there, obviously sewn in Good Morning Keith, and it's super cool. And obviously that pattern is very 70s, very vintage, and is a sick little piece. You can obviously add to outfits like this. So white shirt underneath. Hopefully by the time this video comes out I'll have the photos, and hopefully put a few photographs into this video to show you how I wore it. So hopefully these photos will come up now. So yes, hopefully the white shirt, hopefully the lovely little detailed scarf there, and that's pretty much what my blog is all about online tonight as well. I'm saying this, I've not done it yet, but it will be done by the time you watch this. So you can go across to my blog. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, subscribe to the old YouTube. This is the stuff you always get, vintage inspired leathers, little detailed scarves, blah blah. You know the score by now. You also know the score if you go across on my blog. You'll be able to find the photos, you'll be able to find a little bit more written detail about the outfit, and just obviously the general photos of how I dressed it up. I think that's it. I think we've covered everything. We've had a little bit of a catch up. It's all good. I'm going to go to town now because I need another lens for my camera. That's another thing to do on my to-do list. So I want to go and do that now. Hopefully you've had a good weekend, and hopefully you'll join me next week for another one of my YouTubes. See you in a bit. Cheers.